first thing first, we start with the introduction of Al-Ijarah to Ma'al-Bay, which is AITAB. AITAB refers to lease or hire or rent ending with purchase. One of the temporary innovative approach in the Islamic hire purchase instrument. It concludes with an option to buy back in which the legal title of the lease asset will be passed to the lessee at the end of the lease period. AITAB combines two contracts, which is Al-Ijarah and Al-Bay. Al-Ijarah is a contract whereby the lessor, Islamic bank, will rent the asset to the lessee, which is customer, over a certain period and at a monthly rental amount as agreed by both parties. Exchange of usufruct for money. Al-Bay is upon completion of the rental period upon early settlement. The lessor will then enter into the sale contract with the lessee to sell the asset at a pre-agreed selling price, which is exchange of good for money. Next, we go to the objective. There are three objectives to be highlighted in this video. First, to equip a clear understanding of AITAB. Second, to emphasize the issues arise between practice and AITAB concept. And third, to provide a conclusion and suggest a suitable solution to the issues arise.
AITAB involves three main parties, which are customer, known as the hirer, banks or finance company, known as the owner, and vendor or seller of a vehicle. The first contract, which is Al-Ijarah, the vendor or the seller of a vehicle sells the vehicle ordered by the customer to the bank, which is Affin Bank. The bank pays the vendor full amount of the vehicle. Therefore, Affin Bank became the owner of the vehicle. The customer paid the deposit payment, mostly 10% of the full amount of the vehicle, to the vendor. The customer agrees to pay the road tax and insurance coverage. He is also responsible for the maintenance. The vendor delivers the vehicle to the customer. This is done once Affin Bank approve the customer's application upon in the purpose to purchase the vehicle during or at the end of the contract. The second contract, which is Al-Bay, owner hires the vehicle to the customer. The customer became the hirer and he is now responsible to pay the rental or installment to the owner with the agreed amount until the payment fully paid, either during the contract or end of the contract. This is due to financing he obtained, mostly 90%, from the bank, which is Affin Bank.
There are two issues arise for AITAB practices in Affin Bank. First issue is responsibility to pay insurance. Lessee is responsible to bear the insurance of the asset, or we call it as takaful. According to the manager of Affin Bank, this is happened due to AITAB facility is under HPA 1967 under section 26. All insurance paid by the lessee will be considered as hire purchase price. The second issue arises is termination charges. Affin Bank charges termination of the contract to the lessee. This is because only lessee who gain all the benefits from the asset. The charges of termination will be considered as penalty as they, lessee, does not have a determined decision whether to own the asset or not. This practice is similar to the conventional hire purchase.
From two of these case studies, we can find the practice of zulm, which means cruelty and oppression. This practice is definitely haram in Islam. The penalty given for termination and the payment of takaful made by lessee is one of the forms of zulm. To make sure that this activity would not happen in future is to implement qiyad al-aib as an option either to proceed or terminate the asset.